Hello. Hello, everyone. We're here since this is live streaming. Hello, everyone in live streaming land. My name is Dr. Douglas Husbands. I'm a board member of the Silicon Valley Health Institute, and I'm also a doctor of chiropractic, clinical nutritionist, and functional medicine doctor. And welcome everyone to Silicon Valley Health Institute. This evening, July 17th, we're here with the Silicon Valley Health Institute. And what is the Silicon Valley Health Institute? Let me give you a brief introduction to everyone out there. We're on a mission to improve your health. And the Silicon Valley Health Institute is a nonprofit organization. We have our monthly meetings here in lovely Palo Alto, California. Right now it's quite warm, comfortable, but anyway, warm. And what we do is we provide a venue for intellectual sharing of important health topics. We also have monthly newsletters featuring articles by leading experts in various fields. And as I said, our monthly meetings are here in Palo Alto, California, and virtually live streaming all over. What we do, we're not, as I said, we're a nonprofit organization to educate the public with an emphasis on optimal wellness, anti-aging medicine, and longevity. The approach of Silicon Valley Health Institute is an inclusive, evidence-based approach. We study and discuss many topics, including nutrition, bioidentical hormone replacement, exercise regimens, herbs, as well as the safety and effectiveness of various pharmaceutical drugs or surgeries. We have live monthly meetings, featuring speakers, streaming videos during monthly talks, recorded videos of archived talks on our website, svhi.com, .org.com. Yeah, svhi.com. We have our meetings available for the general public at a whopping price of $60 for a year. So that is $5 per meeting, 12 meetings per year, $5 per meeting. What a deal. Or $10 at the door. But if you come in and sign up for a year, then you get the great $60 per year price. So, with that, I want to make an announcement regarding the future speakers that we're having. Tonight we are featuring Dr. Diana Schwartzbein, who will be talking about, excuse me, it's not good to turn your back to the audience, so I'm going to do this. Who will be talking about, let me make sure I get it right, so I'm just going to read it right off there. Okay. She'll be talking about survival of the smartest. Think about how you manage your health. And our future speakers for August 2014 are Dr. Tim Guilford, speaking about the use of glutathione, and Melissa, pardon me if I butcher your last name, Melissa, but Melissa Frickley, on sexual vitality as you age. That's exciting a few people, okay. September 2014, we have Dr. Bob Marshall, a fellow CCN and former director of the International American Association of Clinical Nutritionists. And also Scott Schur speaking on hyperbaric oxygen. In October 2014, we have Dana Ullman. Okay, I got it. Newsflash, that might be changed. Dr. Elias in November, okay.
And December, the head of the British Association for Nutritional
let me see if I have that. If I don't, no, I don't have that. So who do we have speaking in November?
Dr. Elias, speaking in November, and in December, the head of the British Association for Nutritional Therapists will be giving us a talk.
Great. Okay. And so with that, we're going to have over the next 15 minutes, as this is a public forum, I'm going to, let's see, one other announcement. That's future speakers. Friday, July 25th, this year, upcoming Foundation for Mind Being Research meeting is Friday, July 25th from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. That will be on sound and consciousness with David Gibson. And you can go on the Silicon Valley Health Institute website to find out more details about that. So with that, I'm going, and one other announcement I forgot. The Detox Summit. That is an online e-summit coming up August 4th to August 11th. You can actually go on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Holistic Health Bay Area. And you can get you can actually sign up there, and you can get the details on that from there also. So with that, I'm going to take, for about the next 15 minutes, I want to stimulate your minds with some thoughtful processes regarding opening up the discussion for this forum. And with that, I'm going to just briefly mention two research articles that I just came about in the many research articles I read. This is titled Continuous Aging of the Human DNA Methylome Throughout the Human Lifespan. In summary, what this article this was just published, and it basically summarizes that methylation, which is an important detoxification step in all cells, including white blood cells. The findings of this study were that changes in methylation were age-dependent and modifiable via diet and lifestyle. And also I've been reading a lot more about epigenetics and how epi means above the genome. And in other words, the textbook definition of epigenetics would be that there are modifiable changes in gene expression without a change in the gene sequence. So in other words, you could have, say, you do have, your mother or grandmother will have, say, maybe they went through a famine, and genes may be expressed in your mother or grandmother, or even farther back, that will have an effect on your genetic expression also, which can be influenced by diet and lifestyle factors. So very interesting article. Yes? The link. Okay, the link for the article? Okay, you can go, great resource for full-length articles accessible by the public. PLOS1, okay? And if you just Google PLOS, you can get into it. And to get specifically to this article, just type in continuous aging of the human DNA methylome, and you'll get to it. So also, for stimulating thought processes and discussion for this forum over the next about 10 minutes, 12 minutes now, another article I came across, association between cutaneous nevi, moles, and breast cancer in the nurses' health study, a prospective cohort study. Basically, what this looked at was the correlation between breast cancer and the number of skin moles a person has. And in reading through the study, the common thread was a hormone-associated predictor of breast cancer dependent on the number of moles the person had. And very, very interesting. So basically, just what I took from this is that, again, they showed that there was, besides the correlation, that the nutrigenomic effects, or the epigenetic effects, as well as the nutrigenomic effects, they influence predisposing risk factors towards hormone-related breast cancer development. So, yes. I'm going to have everyone use the microphone so we can get these wonderful questions on the mic, on the video.
Interesting. I think I saw that article in Science News, and if I'm not mistaken, estrogen was suggested as the hypothesis why some people have more moles than others, and therefore the people who have unbalanced estrogen not balanced by progesterone, are the ones who manifest moles and also are more likely to get breast cancer. So the moral of the story is, I think that all women who are postmenopausal should be taking bioidentical progesterone.
Well, that's not only estrogen, not only the amount of estrogen, but it's the subfractions of estrogen. It's also, I don't recall whether they went into that in this paper, but the fact of the matter is, yeah, they mentioned that. Yeah, no, I understand that. But also the subfractions of estrogens, there's what are called the 2-hydroxyestrones. There's the 4-alpha-hydroxyestrones and the 16-alpha-hydroxyestrones. And that, I don't recall that they mentioned that in here, but yes, they did mention estrogen. But that would be a factor, something that a functional medicine oriented researcher would be considering and looking at. But also regarding the progesterone, yeah, that was a factor because a lot of women tend to have estrogen dominance where their progesterone is too low, and not only women, but men too, especially as you get older. And then with men, you get the estrogen dominance, and then men get the prostate problems that will result as a result of that. So very interesting.
DHT that causes prostate problems.
Well, that, again, as Dr. Schwartzbein knows very well, the hormones work in symphony. There's not just one thing. Everything works in a symphony. So, yeah, that is a factor also. So, any other interesting research people have come about or questions? And this is your time to ask. Yes.
Hi, and I just want to share about the liposomic vitamin C. I had my appendix rupture about 2.5 weeks ago, and I would still be in the hospital today if I weren't taking the liposomic vitamin C. I took it like every 2 hours, and then I got off the antibiotics as soon as I could. And somebody said that there's a natural antibiotic, and it was vitamin A 1,000, vitamin D 5,000, vitamin E, and the liposomic. So I kept taking those every couple hours, and I'm really doing fantastic.
Tim Guilford, who's coming next month, I believe, invented the liposome glutathione.
Yeah, and he'll be talking about that next month. So those of you, am I on? Okay. Next month. So those of you out there in video land, please make sure to tune in. So anyway, other discussion, questions, research that anyone has come upon, or questions that you have. So okay. So until I get some questions or responses, I'm gonna kind of take off on what you're saying as far as the glutathione and detoxification and immune system enhancing naturally. So yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Regarding immune system boosting in a natural way, one thing I like to use also is monolauric acid. Monolauric acid is derived from a very dangerous source, coconut oil. Well, if you read all the literature on how dangerous all these vitamins and nutrients are in conventional medical literature, that's what you may come up with. But anyway, monolauric acid is also very beneficial as immune system booster. Definitely vitamin D. That's just a tip. This is not, now since this is going out among everywhere. This is not a prescription, but this is what I do, and this is what I've found. So that's having, as far as if I want to thwart a cold or flu right away, because I don't have time to be sick, so I don't want to get sick. What I do, again, this is not a prescription, but this is just what I found works and what I do. Anyway, I take, I get monolauric acid, which you can get at a lot of health food stores. I take 1,800, if I feel a cold or flu coming on, which is rare because I hardly ever do. But if I do, I take 1,800 milligrams monolauric acid 3 times a day with about my tolerance for vitamin C. I'll take vitamin C to bowel tolerance, which for me is about 10 or 15,000 milligrams vitamin C. I'll take that about a couple of times a day, and then also to really knock out those any potential immune irritant, I'll take 20,000 IU vitamin D 3 times a day. Now, doing that combination, at least for me, I ain't gonna get a cold or flu. And people I've used that for, they basically say, yeah, that was amazing. Within 24 hours, I knocked out the cold or flu just like that. So anyway. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have.
So do you take the monolaurin with food or without food? Does it matter?
You can take it without food, but some people have a little bit of, if you have a little stomach irritation, you can take it with food. So
Instead of the monolauric acid, what's the equivalent amount of coconut oil that one could take to achieve the same dosage?
honestly, I don't know, but knowing that coconut oil is high in monolauric acid, that could be a part of it. But the other synergistic nutrients should be in there. So
You can also buy the monolaurin, which comes in the pellets, and you get little scoops. Yeah, it's good.
I didn't want to do any commercials. That's why I didn't say any name of a product. So anyway, yes.
Sharon mentioned she used liposomal vitamin C. And the interesting thing about liposomal is that you don't have the problem about the bowel problem. It's absorbed as a fat, and so the intestine doesn't acidify, and therefore you don't get the flushing effect. And so you can take a lot more liposomal, and you get also more bang for the amount you take. Like if you take a couple grams, it's equivalent to probably maybe 10 taken orally. So.
Good point. I should mention that taking that much vitamin C in the rare instance when I feel something cold or flu coming on, I use powdered buffered vitamin C. So I'm not talking about capsules. That would be lots of capsules. So we've got about 3 more minutes. Any more comments, questions, food for thought? This is the time, please. Yes, I'm going to have you use this.
Ascorbic acid, vitamin C.
I use mixed mineral scorbates, powdered buffered vitamin C. Yes.
Clarify, was it vitamin D 20,
Speak right into the microphone.
20,000 3 times? So 60,000 a day? Or
Vitamin, again, what I do, this is not a prescription, but this is what I do if I want to knock something out. And I have had other patients say, that was amazing, that worked. What I recommend and see effective is the 20,000. It depends on the size of the person, but vitamin D is quite safe. Now, if somebody has a kidney problem, that's another thing. You got to watch that. Anyway, or a parathyroid problem. Anyway, but 20,000 IU vitamin D, of course D3, cholecalciferol, not ergocalciferol. 20,000 IU vitamin D 3 times a day, along with those other things. And I've repeatedly seen cold or flu knocked out right away. Usually within 24 hours or less.
I have a question about West Nile virus in this area, and that spraying once, twice a week these days. And a couple weeks ago, I got sick. It was no flu or anything. And how you can deal with, if you. Yeah. It's no flu.
Tennis,
And,
and the student got sick also.
Yeah, because they're playing, like kindergarten field and stuff. You have any comment or.
Okay, the question comment was a participant here in the Silicon Valley Health Institute live forum said that she's a tennis instructor, and you were diagnosed with West Nile virus? No. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's spraying apparently. I didn't know that, but there's spraying apparently going on for West Nile virus, and being outdoors as a tennis instructor, she got sick, and some of your kids instructees also got sick, and you said you're wondering about a comment regarding that, regarding if what I said would possibly be effective for immune boosting in that case. That was your question? Yeah. That basically will help boost the immune system. Of course, we're talking about the pesticides. Well, the vitamin C would influence that. I'm talking more about an infective agent, but with spraying for pesticides, that would be a little bit different mechanism. The vitamin C would influence that. Just thinking off the top of my head, vitamin C would influence detoxification, but for pesticides, you would need to, that's not really infective, that's detoxification issue. So that's a little bit different mechanism. So anyway, so with that, so that we stay on, one more, final one.
I was just thinking in terms of detoxification for something like that, besides a lot of vitamin C, you could use activated charcoal, which helps to absorb chemicals, and you could do saunas as well. You can buy activated charcoal in little tablets or in powder, but you'd want to take a lot. So if you get little tablets, don't worry, you need to take a lot.
Okay. Interesting discussions, lively discussions here. And since it is 7:31 right now, we are going to take a 9-minute break. We're not going to take a break now. Okay. So with that, we are going to start with introduction of Dr. Diana Schwartzbein, speaking on the survival of the smartest. Think about how you manage your health. And I'm going to have Dr. Schwartzbein husband come up and introduce Dr. Diana Schwartzbein.
Thank you. Thank you for not making me explain that I'm really not Dr. Schwartzbein. So